Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. I am Dr. Sadia Mehzabin, lecturer, Department of Physiology. Today we will discuss about the topics of some clinical interest. You know, you have discussed there are endocrine physiology. In respect to the endocrine physiology, we will discuss some of the topics of the clinical endocrinology. We know the endocrine glands of our body secretes hormones, and these hormones are one of the regulators of our body functions. For proper body functioning, these hormones proper function is must, but because of less function or over function of the hormone is responsible for many disease conditions. If there is hyposecretion, that means less secretion from the endocrine glands, there are some clinical conditions. And if there is hypersecretion, that is, if there is more secretion of the endocrine glands, then there are also some clinical conditions. So normals, if there is any alteration from the normal secretion, either high or either low, these may cause different types of clinical scenarios. First, one of the important endocrine glands known as the king of all endocrine glands is the pituitary glands. So what are the diseases that are associated with pituitary glands? In case of hyposecretion of the pituitary gland, the disease is dwarfism. So hyposecretion of the pituitary gland causes dwarfism. It can be alone caused by one of the pituitary hormone, that is growth hormone. So if the growth hormone is low, then there is dwarfism. And also if there is all the pituitary hormones are low, there is dwarfism. Next, if there is hypersecretion of the growth hormone, what happens in our body? If there is hypersecretion of the pituitary hormones, then the condition is known as acromegaly or gigantism. When acromegaly and when gigantism, we know in everyone we have some growing purse in our bone, and these growing purse is known as epiphyseal cartilage. The cartilage grows up and we becomes taller day by day up to closure of the epiphyseal cartilage. So before the closure of the epiphyseal cartilage, if there is hypersecretion of growth hormone, then there is gigantism. The person is giant-like tall. And if after the closure of the epiphyseal cartilage there is secretion of excessive growth hormone, then we know it is acromegaly. Acral part means our limbs, that means our feet and hands. When they become enlarged due to hyperactivity of the growth hormone, then the condition's name is acromegaly. So the pituitary hormone, growth hormone, its hyposecretion causes dwarfism, and its hypersecretion causes, before the closure of epiphyseal cartilage, gigantism, and after the closure of epiphyseal cartilage, it is known as acromegaly. Next come to the thyroid gland. The hypersecretion of thyroid gland, the hyperthyroidism, it is a very common condition, and this hyperthyroidism may be due to some autoimmune disease or may be due to some thyroid tumor, and it may known as Graves' disease. And the hyposecretion of thyroid gland, which is known as hypothyroidism or myxedema, or in case of children which is known as cretinism, is much more common than the hyperthyroid conditions. So the hypothyroid condition, which is known as, in case of adults, the myxedema, and in case of children it is known as cretinism. So there goes the thyroid gland. Now comes to the parathyroid gland. Parathyroid gland secretes the hormone parathormone, which controls our blood calcium level. And whenever there is calcium level is low in our blood, and this may cause tetany, a powerful muscular neuromuscular spasm of all the muscles of our body. And if this muscular spasm is very much aggressive, they may cause death, because there is the spasm of the laryngeal muscles, there is the carpopedal spasm, spasm of the lymph muscles, and there is convulsion in case of tetany. And the hypersecretion of parathyroid gland, which is known as hyperparathyroidism, which is also responsible for different types of disease conditions, different types of cardiac changes, and different types of stone formation in the kidneys. So there goes the parathyroid gland. And next come to the adrenal gland. if there is hypersecretion of the adrenal gland, hyperadrenalism, which is known as Cushing syndrome. This Cushing syndrome also is very much common because this Cushing syndrome can be drug induced. We the physicians prescribe some of the drugs, commonly the steroids, for controlling different types of disease conditions, just like some very common disease conditions just like asthma, just like rheumatoid arthritis, or any form of allergic diseases. And if there is more taking of these steroid drugs, then there is a chance of Cushing syndrome developed in that patients. And also one of the hormone of the adrenal gland, adrenal cortex, that is the aldosterone. When there is hypersecretion of aldosterone, it is known as Cone syndrome. These two are the two conditions of hypersecretion of the adrenal gland, the Cushing syndrome and the Cone syndrome. And the hyposecretion of the adrenal gland is known as Addison's disease. Addison's disease is a very life-threatening condition. It may cause the death of the persons if the Addison disease left untreated, because we know aldosterone is the life-saving hormone. So when there is deficiency of aldosterone, just in case of Addison's disease, the salt and water from our body will go out and the body blood volume will be less. There will be more potassium and acid in our body. Acid means hydrogen ion concentration. So if there is hyperkalemia, there will be cardiac toxicity, and if there is more acid in our body, then it may cause metabolic acidosis, which will stop all the chemical reactions of our body. There goes the adrenal gland. Now comes to the endocrine portion of pancreas. Endocrine portion of pancreas has got a very important hormone, which is insulin, which controls our blood sugar level. Blood glucose level is controlled, and it is one of the anabolic hormone. It prevents catabolism. So if there is hypersecretion of pancreas, then we know it causes hyperinsulinism, which may be demonstrated as very low blood glucose level, that is hypoglycemia. And the patient will have features of hypoglycemia like weakness, dizziness, work attraction. Then the person will have fainting episode. That means the person have syncopal attacks in case of hyperinsulinism. And if there is less secretion of insulin, that is hypoinsulinism, is known as diabetes mellitus, a very common condition in nowadays. And as we know, diabetes mellitus has got two types. One is the type 1 and type 2. Type 1 is the insulin dependent because there is total destruction of the pancreas, and type 2, it is due to improper function of the insulin. Insulin cannot act properly. Though there is presence of insulin, because of other diseases or other clinical conditions, just like hyperlipidemia or infections, the insulin cannot act properly. So this is the type 2 diabetes mellitus or non-insulin dependent diabetes mellitus. So these are the common endocrine abnormalities we actually discuss in these clinical settings of physiology. From pituitary, from thyroid, from the parathyroid, from the adrenal, and from the pancreas. And these clinical diseases you will read in details whenever you go to the 5th year in your clinical medicine book from Davidson. This is the topic we actually discussed from the part of the physiology. Thank you for your patience hearing. See you next time in some new topics. Till then, Allah Hafiz and Fi Amanillah.